Bold
I have to
plan.
admit, this watch through, I struggled a little bit more. I literally got
Thanks, Matt.
I got into an hour into it and I was like, can you just be done already now?
It's not a good movie.
I like it when they get to the kill section. Like when they start actually killing people. I'm like, this is fun. It's the hour that takes us to get there.
But to me, that's some of the best stalking in this series is in that time before the kills.
So I guess we should just get started then. So hi, welcome to Binge Buddies. Homicides, Hooters, and Hockey Mask. I'm gonna remember our titles properly.
You've done this really well.
Yeah, I think I actually got that one right.
Good.
I think so.
Even the last episode.
Man, I'm 3 for 3. That's can't be
your favorite series.
It is my favorite series, so that does help. I'm your host, always Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt, Zombie Dog, Richard Ramirez, Dykes.
The Night Stalker.
Night Stalker.
Or
if any of that actually came through, I was just
the Morning Stalker.
Yeah. Matt is coming to us from 3:40 in the morning for him. Very nice of Matt to get up and record this.
Technically, that's still night.
I guess that's true.
I mean, it's dark outside, so that means it's night, right?
I guess. I sure. Why not? What's got Joel, Ted Bundy, Dewitte.
I knew you were going to do that one. I knew
it. It's because
I mentioned him, right? You're just like, that's going to be me.
It's because of the cutoff, right?
And it might have something to do with the cutoffs. I don't know. Bundy and cutoffs. So like, I'm kind of going like a little bit more like a different show, but like I'm still
Bundy.
Yeah, it still feels like it works.
I mean, don't feel bad, Joel. Bundy was quite a charismatic guy. I mean, like, of all the serial killers in America, he's the only one who managed to get married in his own trial.
Way to go, Ted
Respect.
Bundy.
I mean, have you heard this story?
No.
I think so, but probably not for this podcast. No, we got to keep moving. We got a lot of Friday the 13th 3 to fight with Ryan about. Because we have Ryan, Gary Ridgeway, Lootens.
Who the fuck is Gary Ridgeway?
He's
Green
the
River
Green
Killer.
River Killer.
Oh,
Thank you,
that's
Matt.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, fuck. Sorry.
I know my serial killers.
I'm okay with them, but I have his photo up on my screen right now, and he is just glaring at me, and he's like, man, he looks like a murderer.
Yeah.
It tracks, right? Here we are, Friday the 13th, part 3. Very excited to talk about it. This we're gonna go with a little divisive on this one. Yeah, feels divisive. We're not all on the same page, but I think we're mostly at least in the same ballpark. Except for me from like 4 years ago. I just looked this up. My ranking that I wrote for our website forever ago, I had 3 in like the top 5. Like I had this thing way the fuck up there. I also had 2 near the bottom. Like my opinion has changed. I should have to rewrite that article at some point.
I'm glad that you found some taste.
We all know that's not true. Me taste? I still like the Flash. Like, come on, man.
To be fair, Ryan can't talk to anyone about taste. Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. And both Halloween 6s. I mean, you've got plenty of shit on your plate too, sir.
I said the producer's cut was the better cut. And I think you all agreed with me on that.
We did.
So, just leave it alone.
Yeah, I'll just leave that one there.
Yeah, it's still like
it's still Halloween.
It's still a bad movie. It's still a bad movie.
All right, well, let's talk about this not as bad movie. Yeah, I say that with immediate hesitation. I think I like this more than Halloween 6.
Oh, I like it more than Halloween 6.
I like it more than Halloween 6.
Yeah, Halloween 6 is a pretty low bar.
It's a pretty shitty movie.
This one's not that bad. This one does have a plenty in it that is just pure garbage, though. Coming out the year after Halloween, Friday the 13th part 2. This thing, they're just churning these fucking things out at this point, and I'm all the happier for it. This one,
technically, you were right as well, because it did come out the year after Halloween 2.
Oh, did
well,
it?
So. Yep.
Still right.
at you.
This one they have the added box office smash, seats filled with asses, 3D effects, right?
Jesus.
Everyone was so excited for Friday the 13th in 3D, right?
So many yo-yos.
So many the yo-yo scene goes on for so long. Everything goes on for so long. The kid pointing the bat at the camera goes on for so long. Do you see it? Do you see it? Like, that is the majority of the 3D in this, and I kind of love it.
I mean, I think it's partially to do with the technology though, because the technology at the time was like you had to point it directly at it, down the lens of the camera. Like the bit where Shelley throws the wallet at the camera, that apparently took like 80 takes or something.
Oh yeah,
because to get it like spot on.
All the shit with throwing, and you're just like, God damn it!
It's so hard. But the girl handing the camera a joint at one point, I'm sure that was done in one take.
Don't get me started on those fuckers.
Well, we're gonna have to here pretty quick. We skipped this last week. I don't want to skip it this week. What was our hot takes on this one? I'm kind of hinting at it right here. This is I'm gonna just ballpark it 50th time I've seen this. I have no idea how accurate that is. It could be under or over. I gotta say this one keeps falling down my ranks every time I watch it. It's a little bit further down every time.
Same for me. Like I watched it originally, liked it, and I think that's purely down to the fact that like he's got the hockey mask now.
Yeah,
finally.
the mask gives me a lot of leeway.
And then the more I've watched it, the more I'm like, oh my god, there's so many problems here. Like Shelley is such an asshole, like as a character, and it's just like
I like Shelley.
I liked him.
I like Shelley. I don't like Rick. Rick can fuck himself. I like Shelley.
Rick is
like
old.
Rick as well. It can fuck
He's
himself.
such a douche nozzle. Dude can't act to save his life.
And his character is terrible. Just fuck him on all accounts. Boo, Rick.
And then the biker gang as well. Like, why are they in there? Like, it's just it's so weird.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah,
and the script was written by a 5-year-old.
Which Phantasm was it where they had like a similar like Home Alone thing going on? Three. Yeah, that's sort of where my mind leaned to that.
Yeah. It always comes in threes.
Yeah.
Third movies are always
a biker
the best.
gang being Halloween 3.
I mean, Halloween 3 was actually pretty good. This one probably should have done something more along those lines. But then when we get part 4, and 4 is so good.
Yes.
Again, yeah, it kind of like it all leads into 4. So again, it gets a bit more leeway. Yeah. Not as a standalone film, but like, you know, what it goes to.
Joel, what about you? What was your hot take on this one?
So you guys appropriately lowered my expectations with the way you've been chattering about it. This movie is not a good movie to me, but like it has a lot of really great moments in it. Like there are flash in the pans, just like, okay, that's great. I like that. Oh, that I find the stoner couple not nearly as annoying as Ryan does. They got laughs out of me just because of how they're over the top ridiculous, and they lean so hard in it, the Cheech and Chong of it all, that just they won me over.
The magical stoners.
Here's my thing. They're fine. They don't explain them. They're just two people just chilling in the back of the van and just getting high, and nobody says the relations that they know of. Nothing.
What? But they're just a couple of guys in the back of the van hanging out with them.
I guess
that's all the context I need.
80s were a wild time, man.
They're just hanging out, having a good time. They're some of my favorite kills to play in the video game. They're a lot of fun. There's good shit here, Ryan.
I mean, one of my favorite bits in the whole film, because of how stupid it is the bit where the stoner dude, when he's looking for Shelley, I think he's literally reacting to the music cues. Like there's nothing that's like, you know, happening to make him react. But like there's music going, and he's going, "Oh, what was that?" It's like he's so stoned, he's broken through the fourth wall.
Who among us?
I mean, sure.
He's like, I think I'm in a movie. You're so high right now.
I mean, he was super high. Did you see the amount of pot smoke coming out of that van?
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
And then
It
they
remi-
ate it as well. Like
Oh,
that's
they
not a
ate-
good. That's
No.
not a good way to dispose of your
It
evidence.
kind of remind me of a video I saw where it was very stupid stoners in a garage using a leaf blower as a vaping tool for marijuana.
That sounds familiar. I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's kind of wild to see, and I feel like that's wasteful.
I also
that's-
feel like that would make a good Jason kill.
Oh yeah,
Like-
a leaf blower.
Puts the leaf blower in the mouth and just go.
Yeah, I'm into it. All right, should we start diving our way through this thing? Oh, Ryan, you need to say your hot take. Ryan, you don't like it. I know you don't like it.
No, well, so my thing is like it's a Friday the 13th movie. I'll watch it. I've got zero qualms with it. But like this is the first time I actually sat down and like, okay, let's like fully analyze this movie and not turn my brain off and just enjoy the kills. This is not a good movie. I think this is one of the lowest rated on Rotten Tomatoes. And like if you think about it, it's just there's so many holes and things that go along with it. You know, it's not good. And I think it's because I just sat down and actually just watched it and kind of took it all in. And I'm like, okay. It's still got one of the greatest kills in the Friday the 13th with Handstand Boy.
That's a
And
good one.
and you have some of the best stalking. Like this is one where they weren't afraid to show Jason and not show his face because he didn't don the hockey mask. And I just thought that was ingenious of the director.
Don't
I
disagree.
think the thing with this one as well is it was made basically off of the idea there's the gimmick of the 3D. And when you either take that away or you've seen it already, it sort of loses a lot of the that gimmick kind of wears off really quick. And there's all the kind of like the things that are in there. Like there's so many shots that are in there just purely like you wouldn't ever do these shots for anything other than sort of going, "Ooh, look, 3D!" Like the yo-yo that keeps going on and on and on, and the popcorn and it's like the juggling, and it's all sort of like, how can we do these easily? Well, let's just have something going towards the camera, because as we like, you know, I think pre-recording we were talking about how the bit where Shelley throws the wallet at the camera took about 80 takes. So anything that's an easy get, like, oh, yo-yo is quite an easy thing to control towards the camera. Let's do that, as opposed to something that's going to take a whole day to shoot.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm sure a lot of these still took basically a whole day to shoot. Like that, the eyeball pop out kill when they, I'm sure that took forever. And it still doesn't look great, but given the times and the technology they have, it's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, like you can see
The
very
string.
clearly, the wire or whatever that's pulling the eyeball out.
I feel like I can see all the points where the rest of the movie got sacrificed in the name of that, though. Like the setting feels very bland to me. I mean, and uninteresting. I mean, it's sort of adjacent to the kind of summer camp stuff, but the backdrop seemed really weird. I almost felt like I was watching a TV show more than a
There's
movie.
bits of it there's bits of it that really feel like it was shot on a soundstage, like especially at the end where she gets on the beach. There's just something about that. It just looks like, I'm just looking going, this is a soundstage. I'm sure this is a soundstage, or it's a standing set in Hollywood somewhere, because there's just something off about it.
I don't think it is, but it looks like Disneyland Ranch. Like it looks like one of those places where it's just like, okay, yeah, that Japanese garden is not in Japan because I've seen it in 10,000 movies and I can go see it with my kid if I want to in an hour. Like it feels like one of those places you can just like camping beach. Oh, I'm gonna go film at camping beach. Like it definitely had that sort of ring to it.
But the other thing is that, was I going to say this? The kills. The kills are a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first of the movies where I didn't feel much of the tension leading up to it.
Yes.
Like I know he does the stalking, but it's so out in the open at this point where it was sort of lurking in the shadows. They did a lot of really good work with the sort of musical crescendoing in the prior movies, and all of this feels just very like it's almost like there's no real tension in what's going on, but you get the kills, but the kills are really good.
Yeah, the kills are great. Like
it's just you're here for the spectacle, you're here for the roller coaster instead of the horror movie,
which is kind of a bummer. If you ever look up what the original part 3 was supposed to be, I'd much rather watch that movie than what we got. Which if you didn't look it up, the original part 3 was supposed to continue Ginny's character, and she was supposed to like get Paul's body delivered to her. Like, I fucking killed him. Look what I did. And that she was supposed to go hunt down Jason. I'm like, that sounds like a really cool movie. It's a bummer that Amy still didn't want to come back for that. And they had to pivot to this.
Chris.
Yeah. Pivot to Chris. And knowing that they didn't have a lot of time to put this together also kind of informs why we have such wild fucking ideas. It's like they took a lot of the stuff that worked in 2 of like, we're going to flesh these characters out, make them characters you actually care about. So when they die, it's like, oh shit. And instead of like actually taking the time to flesh the characters out, they threw attributes at them. You are pregnant. You are attacked. You are like, they just kind of throw this shit out there and they don't explain it. They don't have any character development around it. They just kind of slap a label on you and send you out to pasture to get murked. I'm okay with that. It could be better.
Good save.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a problem, but it's a problem okay watching.
Well, I think what it is like at this point you're watching the movie for the kills. Yes. And these kills are okay.
Like going off the back of 2 where we had quite not so much deep, but there was characterizations there. There was characters that had something about them. It's kind of like a step back more towards what it was like in the first film, where it was just basically like, you are this person, you are that person, you are here for additional death. Like
if you went to the bathroom during the scene of the van where the girl says she's pregnant like 15 times, you wouldn't know she was pregnant. It never comes up again. It's really just in that one scene.
And she asks for a beer as well.
Yeah, that was the 80s.
That's that Kelly brought that up, and I tried to logicize about it being like, oh well, they were peer pressuring people into smoking in the van, and she just wanted a reason to get them off their back. But that's probably stretching, huh?
I think I'm closer with it was the 80s.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just one beer. The kid can handle a beer.
I mean, technically, we don't know because they won't do the studies because you have to kind of kill kids to do the studies. No one wants to do. I don't see why not.
Because this baby wasn't born,
or was it real?
Who knows?
Are you saying that she was just saying that she was pregnant to keep the guy around?
We will never know because they die. They're both dead now.
I think we've put more thought into this
than the producers did.
Yeah.
And she mentions it twice. And to me, it's like, is she or isn't she? She says it in the van and she says it one other time. So to me, it's like, is she or like, are you trying to make us be more sympathetic to this character when she does in fact die or not? I don't know. You know,
it's almost like it was a last minute thing of like, oh, why don't we make one of them pregnant?
Right.
Yeah.
But this movie fails its characters. Like Chris doesn't know if she needs to be a final girl or a schizophrenic. With
Chris
her
is a mess. She's real far down my list of final girls. Like,
yes, she's not good. She gets one good shot in at Jason, and that's with I'm not talking about the paper cuts. I'm talking about the wood to the back of the head.
Yeah.
The knife was just, I landed a blow in your leg. Her hitting him in the back of the head when he exited the door was the smartest move she did. The rest was all luck.
She had a real hard time lifting that
log.
She did.
Oh, even the shovel she had. It was a real weak swing.
Awkward. But even then too, like, her backstory, just to try to bridge things, it wasn't written well, it wasn't delivered well, it wasn't filmed well. It was just, and for her just to wake up, I'm sorry, if that was Jason fucking Voorhees dragging you to the woods, you are not living.
Well, I wanted to start going from the top, but since we're here, I want to bring it up anyways. I've been for people have been listening for a while. They might know this about me, and they might not. When I get really into a franchise, I try not to look up too much stuff behind the scenes because I don't want to see how the sausage is made. I just want to eat the sausage. Friday the 13th really falls into that camp for me. Like I know a lot about the behind the scenes stuff. I don't know that much. Like I try not to look it up. I'd rather make up my own mind. But for this show, I decided to join the subreddit for Friday the 13th just to see what other Redditors have to say. Surprisingly active subreddit. 3 comes up a lot, and specifically around that the backstory with Chris. Apparently, a good majority of the internet thinks that Jason raped Chris.
What?
I have never taken it that way.
I've never either. I just thought like he got caught and ran away.
That's what I've always taken it as. But like I've seen this argument a lot on Reddit, and I'm like, I don't think Jason would even know what sex is.
Yeah, like Jason's a character, like has always come across as very sort of childlike, murdery, but childlike.
Yeah,
like there's nothing in there that's sort of like, you know, I don't know. Like,
There's been no
weird
point
way
in the
to go.
There's been no point in the series so far where there's been a really sexual connotation with Jason whatsoever. Yeah. Like
plenty all over the franchise, just not with him. Like not with him at all.
Yeah,
like,
his victims, plenty, but never him. So that doesn't make sense to me.
No,
yeah, like all the stalking where it is kind of pervy is never Jason. It's always like a misdirect. Like
it's always some
follow
dude.
him into the shower. It's just like, you know, some dude or a misdirect of like, oh, we're just shooting this to make you think that it's the killer.
And if he's either impaling you with a spear or he's ramming a rod through your tent and splitting you in half.
Yeah. Like for me, the whole like the him stalking women while they're changing or in the shower, it's not a sexual thing. That's when they're vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I've always taken it. So I was surprised to see that. And I was like, am I the only one who's never seen it this way? Or is that the general?
I've never interpreted that there was an assault.
Okay.
I mean, I could see a physical assault. There wasn't a sexual assault.
Right.
I could see how you would get there, maybe, but it's a hell of a reach. To be honest.
I watched that scene this time with that in my head. And I'm like, I guess I could see how someone can make that leap. And then I did the thought experiment where I had to make my wife watch this scene twice, and she does not like this movie very much at all. So this was a bit of a task. But I had her watch it, and then like, so what happened there? I was like, he tacked her, and then he just didn't kill her. I'm like, okay, this is what the internet thinks. Watch it again. And she said, maybe, but it feels like to me, that makes me feel like men want that to have happened. And I'm like, okay, that's the problem. There it is.
But then again, it's men on the internet. So
exactly. There we are.
Potentially the problem as well.
Yeah, this is
they needed filler. I think they needed filler, and they needed to give Chris some depth to make her seem like a strong final girl, but it falls flat on its face.
I also wonder if that was them trying to resurrect the Ginny story they didn't get to tell of like the revenge on Jason. Like maybe that's what they were trying to go for there. But since they bury it in like the last third of the movie, it doesn't work. She's just like, I can't believe I'm back at this cabin. Why? Because
you have to talk like that the rest of the fucking time.
No.
Oh, this cabin. It's
this cabin.
She needed a fainting couch so bad. I had to run in.
She just needed a coach.
Simpleton.
It's you.
All right. Let's start getting through this thing for real.
Can I just point out as well, like Chris and Vera, they're the same actress, right?
They have to be. They have to be. I hear what Ryan's saying. I hear what IMDb is saying. I see what the videos have said. I still don't believe it. They're the same person.
Yeah, they look identical, which is not a good. It's not a good thing when you're trying to there's very little character as it is, and you're trying to differentiate between these two people, and you cast two people who look identical.
Yep.
We need to get to Steve Susskind.
Well, we need to get to Harold.
That's Steve Susskind.
Oh, is that Steve Susskind? Okay, let's get to Harold. Harold, the bunny guy.
The bunny loving dude.
I love the bunny guy.
The bunny-loving, weird wooden stick pointing dude.
Yeah, he likes to point his sticks and play with his bunnies.
And eat his own merchandise and drink his own shit. It's fine. Not literal shit, but like his merchandise.
Yeah, he's an odd character. I do love that he's the first of these characters. We get quite a few of these sorts throughout the rest of this franchise. And every time they point up, they kind of pop up. I'm like, oh, I love these goofball idiots. They always die. They always die in some miserable way. Although Harold didn't get it too bad.
He was pretty lax. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it's still death, but like
it would have been pretty slow. That would have sucked.
Cleaver to the chest. Pretty quick, painless for a minute, I guess.
I don't know. I think that lasts for quite a while.
You're looking at that thing and like, just bleed out, man. I gotta die.
Yeah, like your best bet is just to remove it and just let the blood flow. Like,
yes.
This is gonna take a long time.
I love Harold's look on his face when He's like, "Fuck!"
Oh man, that's a pretty good one.
That's in there. That is in my chest.
That's in deep. I feel it in my heart.
But call me Thanos.
No need to aim for the head. You got it. Mission accomplished.
But I do like that the movies, like for as dumb as this movie is, it's smart enough to go like, he's gonna go kill these people. He's gonna kind of take some of those clothes, so he no longer has like the gaping wound that we have to keep doing makeup for in his shoulder. You just kind of see that he has their stuff, and they just kind of move on. And this is also where they smartly, like, instead of, I mean, I guess they could show us, they decide not to do that. They tell us through new stuff that Jenny's alive, and that's where we get that kill count that we talked about last week about did Paul die or not. And now knowing that Paul was supposed to die but didn't, it's kind of nice to get the wrap up on 2, and then we move on. We skipped over on the previously on because it's way longer and way more pointless in this one because it's literally
I literally skipped the chapter. It's 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's I guess again, 10, so I was pretty close.
Hour and a half movie goes down to an hour and 15 after this bullshit.
Yeah, real quick.
Literally an hour after Edna and Harold show. And
again, this movie came out a year ago. We don't need the previously on. We remember. It's fine.
Right.
I take a lot of care in trying to really focus on the movies I watch, and I pull out my phone and just looking up. Okay, they're still going. You know.
Yeah. That's still Friday 13th Part 2. I put on the right movie, right? Okay, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pod Daddy.
Good luck.
The thing is, as well, like with these previously on, there's not really a whole hell of a lot of continuity between the films. Like, we haven't got to that stage yet where there is like any kind of like theme that's holding them together. So why do you keep? It's not like they didn't do that with the Halloween films. No, like Halloween films did that.
Even when we get Tommy Jarvis, we don't get the previously on.
Yeah, no, I don't think we get another previously on until
the next one's 4 and then 7.
7, yeah, and then we get a big one in Freddy versus Jason because they have to do both Freddy and Jason. So you get a really big previously on for that one. But that one makes a little more sense to me. Out of all of them, I think it probably makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a long road till we get to Freddy versus Jason, and Matt will hate life.
I might enjoy Freddy versus Jason this time round because I've not watched him. It's not like the 11th film in 12 that I've watched in less than 10 days or something.
Yeah, we did that wrong.
Yeah. Don't watch all these films in like the very short space of time.
I think it was less than a week. I feel like we gave ourselves a week to watch all of them, and it's like
you must have been in a really.
It was 8 days. I think it was just over a week, but it was 8 days to watch 12 films.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was too. It was COVID. What else were we gonna do with our time?
I was working.
I wasn't. I mean, I was, but I was from home, so I was working in air quotes. All right, so we're back in our movie. Poor Harold.
I take issue with that. I work from home now, and I work. I don't work.
I work from home. I'm not saying you. I'm saying me. Now I'm thinking you.
You were a little defensive there.
Exactly, right? Yeah, I caught
that. I'm fed up. Well, it's a whole thing.
Bringing back out that defensive nature. I'm convinced Matt does nothing from home.
You know, this isn't good for company culture. Maybe you should be back in the office.
Go back to bed, Matt.
It's that whole thing, though, of like with people saying that, well, people who work from home are not actually working; they're just wanking and whatever all day, and it really annoys me.
Well, some people do work from home, and then some people are Matt.
If anyone who I work with is listening to this, I do work very hard. My work speaks for itself.
Prove it.
No, let's just spend the rest of the episode just joking on Matt
laptop?
for working from home. This is going great.
The episode just turns into me going through, look, and I worked on this ticket for 2 hours.
Look what I did today.
And then this customer I had a very long conversation with.
You're gonna be micromanaged by being on a podcast. That's
I'm being micromanaged by people who don't even work in the same industry as me, let alone at the same company.
Yep, perfect. Anyhow, so we got a whole bunch of kids. They're going out to the woods to go bang and smoke pot, apparently. One of them's pregnant. One of them's a joker whose jokes are terrible.
And there's midnight tokers. I see what you did there.
I wasn't doing that, but I'm glad it worked out.
The fundamental problem with Shelley is like nobody reacts well to his jokes at all, and he just doesn't get the message of like, maybe don't do that. Nobody's actually enjoying that.
Having been a person whose jokes never landed and who a lot of people judged him very hardly for making said jokes, I identify a lot with Shelley. So maybe that's why I like his character more. I'm just like, no, give Shelley a chance.
I think your jokes are just fine, Brian.
Thank you.
tread lightly, Matt.
I like his jokes.
I don't mind Shelley. I actually think Shelley's one of the only characters that has even somewhat of an arc. It doesn't fully complete because he gets fucking murdered. But I can see where he's going. Like, oh, this isn't working. Maybe I should just try talking to people. And then he goes with I'm forgetting the character's name because all these characters are pointless. But he goes like
Vera.
the gas station to get stuff with the girl,
Vera.
and then Vera, thank you. And then they piss off all the bikers. They shatter the plastic windshield, which is pretty cool. I didn't know we could get those out of plastic.
Fox, Loco, and Ali.
Wow, you even have all them.
I mean, I didn't even know what in my notes. They're literally biker dudes, biker chick, biker dude.
I said I refer to them as the tough guys. When they showed up, I'm like, ooh, the tough guys. I love the tough guys. Because I do. They're so fucking over the top and just ridiculous. They're just kind of fun. Like, who the I'm really mad at this guy. I'm gonna stand in front of his car and whip it with a chain and then try to punch through a window. Like, it's just such a weird way to deal with a problem. I appreciate it.
I'm going to stand in front of his moving vehicle and point a chain at him that's wrapped around my fist. That'll make him stop. Oh, shit, it worked.
You know,
there's almost this look on his face like, oh my God, that worked? But what do I do now?
you know, Sheldon's considerate. He doesn't want to turn anybody into roadkill.
But then he kind of does try to.
Yeah.
They've gone too far.
Yeah, they've gone too far this time. I mean, they did shatter your windshield and no one really.
It wasn't even his.
Yeah,
that's true. It's Rick's. I feel much better about it because fuck Rick, and I'm glad his windshield got broken. I'm also glad his eye gets popped out later. The guy's an asshole.
Really is. He's like a 40-year-old creeping on like a supposed teenager or something.
I think she's supposed to be like 20. But the way he so like he knows that she has some sort of trauma with this camp. He's aware of that. She walks into the cabin, he scares her, and then starts making out with her. And when she's like, whoa, dude, chill. His response is, I can only take so many cold showers. The fuck out of here, Rick. Like, the worst.
You might as well just go, well, now I've got blue balls. You're going to have to do something about that. I'd be like, just go have a wank.
Like, just, it's not that hard. Every guy has figured it out. Take care of yourself, Rick. You're your own problem.
He seems self-sufficient in most other ways.
He does. I have so many throughout all of my notes. I have just kill Rick. Will Rick die? Get him, Jason. Get him. Like, I was very, very happy that he does eventually eat it. I think we're about up to where kills are, right? I'm kind of jumping very slowly through this thing.
It's not hard.
And well, it is to go because I'm wanting to make the episode last an enjoyable amount of time. And
Why? The movie wasn't enjoyable.
I know, but we can still entertain people.
We need to entertain people, otherwise we lose listeners, Ryan. This is how podcasting works.
I do want to make short mention to the police being behind them and them freaking out, being pulled over. The way they started stuffing weed into their mouths.
Oh, it's so good.
chipmunks.
And then the one guy won't do it. Come on, eat. No. I like that stuff.
I mean, like I said, that's not a very good way of getting rid of evidence, though, of any sort, let alone weed. Don't eat it. But
moving forward, there's a moment in this movie, and from that moment on, I'm having fun, and we're basically there. It's when Shelley tries to scare Vera on the dock, and it comes up in the Jason mask. As soon as the mask is on screen, I'm sold for the rest of the movie, because now we have actually Jason Voorhees. As a huge Jason Voorhees fan, when he's finally here, it's like, yes, let's go. Like I'm excited for it. Like as soon as I feel so bad for Shelley, because Shelley's like, he finally takes a legit swing. He gets rejected, and then he gets fucking murdered.
Slowly as well.
Here's what I
gets
don't
his
get.
throat cut, and he's still alive for like 10 minutes.
I know. I guess
Like if you look at that makeup, it is a gaping fucking. It is a second smile.
Yeah,
and he lives for at least 20 minutes.
It's a shallow smile, very shallow.
Right,
he's bleeding to death very slowly.
Cut your throat with a butter knife.
Yes.
That's how this went down.
I think that's worse than a very sharp machete. I'll take the machete.
I mean, I guess. And then I got
I'd rather my head be lopped off than it be slowly cut with a butter knife. That just sounds painful.
Yeah.
Hey, head lopped off. We get to talk about the alternate ending later.
Soon. After we have Shelley dying, then we get Jason's first kill in the mask, and it's a sight to see. I thought you said you liked my jokes. What's happening now? Come on.
Listen, man, it would have been a more punchier joke if it was in 3D, like the kill.
I mean, I can't make audio in 3D.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, figure it out, man. Be a billionaire by the end of this episode.
That joke needed like the sight gag of it all, to be honest. So
you
it
got
doesn't
me
really
going.
translate well.
That plays great.
The listeners,
the audio.
Listeners don't.
Somebody mark this down as our time to get this on the YouTube channel.
All jokes aside, I really do enjoy that kill. It's such a great, like, Shelley, what do you do? Like, it's just such a and just the.
I will say this about this kill.
Yes,
I love how Jason does not give a fuck after
not whatsoever.
The fact that he just kind of looks and just kind of sets the gun down, just like lets go of it.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, this is the Jason we're getting.
But now we have Jason. Like, that feels like Jason. Just like, there's someone. I think I can get him from here. Boom. Got him. All right, cool.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
In the eye as well.
Yeah,
go me.
You think she saw it coming?
Oh, there it is. Do you think
I'll give
the
that
arrow was in 3D?
Yeah, I'm
too far.
I'm very sad to say I don't really have any more eye jokes. So we'll just move on, because now we're up to random handstand guy.
I do.
Well done.
Go on.
No, that was
it.
the joke.
Okay, great.
I do.
Right.
I got it.
It landed on its feet, not like this guy. He was split in two.
He, for the longest time, I've seen this movie a lot of times. I wouldn't say until about like 10 viewings or so ago, I never realized he got cut in half. Like I always thought he was just like had a big gaping hole in his belly, and then eventually I paused. I'm like, oh, that's just pieces.
His
Again,
stomach,
I feel like MPAA made that less clear.
Yeah, that very well could be.
and the makeup job tries its best to make it look like it, but like you need to go up more into the stomach, because when he's hanging up in the rafter, like you can still see his stomach, and then it's just like very long legs. And I'm like, that's not really how anatomy works, but it's
Yeah.
still pretty fucking cool.
I think that's probably why it kind of twisted my brain for so many times.
Yeah.
Because I do. The thing is, it's one of those kills that's just kind of goofy. Like he's just doing his
Yes.
handstand and just kind of walks up to Jason. He's like, huh? Like it's
Like Tim Allen. Huh?
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the guy that was hanging upside down in the second movie.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's
Oh,
it's
God.
gruesome. So, you know, I know people have done like the whole chop in half thing, but like head down, please.
Yeah.
At least I won't feel half.
Not balls down.
That's one way to get it.
Yeah,
Make sure you don't have any
That's
more kids.
that's the direction you'd be going in.
Yep.
Boom,
Yep.
boom.
Just go watch Terrifier is all I'll say.
Yep.
Don't go watch Terrifier unless you are ready for Terrifier. I need to make that crystal clear. That movie will fuck you up.
Moving on.
Moving on very quickly because so we got that guy's cut in half.
Is it terrifying?
It's just gross. In the best way possible if you're into it, but you have to be into it. I need to make that clear. Where are we at? Girl finds dead guy, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. So that's happened. Did we get the call back to 1 yet? Did I skip over the call back to 1 with the machete going through the chest this time instead of coming through the neck?
There's a knife. That's not
Is
a
it-
machete. That's a knife.
That's a knife. That's a big
But
fucking
she
knife.
pulls out that's the knife she uses to stab Jason in the leg because she finds Debbie's body in
Right.
the closet. So it's
That's
a
a
knife.
knife.
That's a knife.
But I do like that callback. Like just like even the effect feels very similar. It's like, oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. You get the whole like the grab, but now you can kind of see his face.
I
but it's-
actually prefer when she pulls it out. Like that's not a cutaway shot. Like that's like a dummy that she pulls that out of. So
it's pretty gross.
But hey, now I always want to try hammock sex. I still haven't, but thanks,
I don't-
Debbie and Andy.
Think I do.
I
Like,
mean,
there's
I'm
plenty
all
of-
right with it as long as there's not somebody underneath it waiting to stab me.
Hey,
Fair point.
if there's a good Fangoria magazine, anything is possible.
After that, we find Shelly's dead body that's still alive for some reason until
Oh,
it falls
we
over.
have a long shot of popcorn in 3D first.
Yeah, skipping right over that.
There's so many shots in 3D that we've missed. I mean, there's so much stalking that we've missed, but that's just, I mean, it's a blanket statement. Like the stalking in this movie is very top notch.
Yeah, the stalking works throughout. I don't really have a problem with that. In fact, like I told you, throughout the rest of the movie, I don't really have a problem with any of this. This is the stuff I like.
Chili and Chuck
Yep.
are two stoners. They're really going for the Cheech and Chong thing. Chili and
I
Chuck.
guess
really
that's
were.
those very stoner names.
Chili
But
and Chuck.
I love Chuck's death. Like I love like the stab and the throwing of like the electricity and just like I love all of it. It's just
He just hugs it. It's like a fly
just
going
hugs
into
it,
like a.
it's like a fly you can avoid the bug light. Like just
Yeah.
this guy's doomed.
I can't stop.
It's nice for such a funny character that they gave him a really funny death.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you'd feel a little more bad if it was like just really gruesome,
Painful
terrifying
and gruesome.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
no,
deserves better.
They gave him a good one. I'm trying to make sense of my notes here because I have a damn cinematic for the poker to the belly lift and carry away.
That's, I mean, the lift and carry away was pretty good. I mean,
yeah.
But like, Chili's face when she does get stabbed is like,
Well, she was probably stoned, so she's probably not realizing what's going on.
Wouldn't
That's what
it be
happens,
great
right?
if like smoke came out of her mouth?
I've
For,
been
like,
stoned
you know, she's getting
a
smoked
fair
in the
amount of
lungs.
times. You're aware of what's going on.
But like Jason stabbed
Yeah, you know
her
it's
and
on
then-
80s weed.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yep. No, I have
That's a
this
shit
crazy
ton of skunk
2020s weed that lets you know what's happening.
Wild time, man. Wild time.
I do have to say, right after this is when my least favorite motherfucker dies. That's great.
Mhm.
I love seeing Rick get his head squeezed. Like we're getting some like classic Jason kills here. Like that's the good shit. Like this is the I love it.
It's
very, I'm like my note in this is little. It's just like Rick's head smushed and eye popping out in 3D. It's just like, the eyeball just like.
But like
Oh.
know, when this movie came out in '82, the first night that happened, that got a whoa, like it did.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I wish I
Mhm.
could have been there to see that. Like that would have been really cool.
And that's one of the few ones we've seen so far where they really close in on the actual like kill, and it's slow, where a lot of them are really just snip, quick snatch kills. And this is just, it's gross. It's real gross.
It's real gross.
It's not. It's literally an eyeball attached to fish wire that you can see.
You
that
need to start imagining, like, how would it feel if my head was in a vice grip?
And not just a vice grip, a Jason vice grip. Like, that's just two dudes' hands. Just... Yay!
I don't know.
I don't know. I think honestly speaking, not just like the joking side, I think seeing the effects that get us there kind of make it grosser in a weird way. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but like I feel like by seeing like the toothpicks in the head or like the string coming out the eye, it's like it gives it just a little bit more like realistic feel to it. Like, it's not just CG, and that makes my brain able to make it more real. Does that make it
more physical? It's got more of a physical presence.
Yeah,
it's sort of the Mortal Kombat thing. Like the first Mortal Kombat, pixelated blood, whatever. Mortal Kombat 1, you can see the viscera and everything coming out of people. It's the gradual step towards realism, and it's, despite what you guys say is like antiquated practical effects in the first few movies, it all worked.
It worked,
and even if you see it in terms of like today, the tone, the approach, it works really well. So yeah, I think it all has been good on the kill side.
Practical is always going to be better than CG. Like, how many times have we had this conversation? It's always gonna, because there's something more tangible to practical effects.
Oh yeah.
So after we get the eye goes pop, we have, whose body gets chucked through the window? Is it Rick's?
It's Rick's.
So Rick's body comes sailing through the window, and we get one of the most quintessential Jason Voorhees shots in all of Friday the 13th, with Jason in the window when he comes in after Chris. Like, that is, you look up Jason Voorhees, you're going to find that in Google image search all the time. Like, that is one of the best shots in the series. I love seeing it. It's like, oh, Jason's here. He's going to fuck you up. He's going to try.
And then we get the greatest PSA on why you shouldn't read, because books hurt.
Books hurt.
I mean, that's one hell of a very well stocked bookcase for just a random cabin in the woods as well.
For being a summer home, like all the books are there.
They're just planning on getting real bored.
Is it a summer home, or is it just the local library they've been hanging out in?
Yes. So the rest of the movie, we're just chasing Chris around, right? Am I forgetting anybody else? You can show how much I loved watching this on this rewatch when I'm forgetting what even happened in the last third.
There's the van runs out of petrol after she drives for a little bit, because we had the setup of him draining the fuel tanks as revenge. Like,
I guess we didn't talk about the biker kills.
No, there's not really a lot to them. They mostly just get stabbed.
It's just pitchfork kills.
I found it weird that the leader
pitchforks, and then like, let's angle the camera so the pitchfork sticks out of the screen in 3D at you.
So Ali is later when we're in the bar, but Loco and Fox.
We're basically to Ali at this point. I'm just gonna skip over the other two guys. They got stabbed with pitchforks. Sucks to be them. But Ali's is pretty great.
Yeah, Ali's I like Ali.
He survived. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Wow, never mind.
Well, he gets hit with the bill club.
Just over.
He gets his arm
the
chopped
thud
off
each time.
No, Jason just Billy clubs him like, this will do it. Like
the first
with a machete
goes, and then
I'm talking like before. Like when he discovers the body, he gets Billy clubbed, and he just comes out with just like blood running down his face. Yep. Then he gets fucked.
He gets the most murdered in this movie, and that's in a movie where somebody gets chopped to literal bits. Like,
but that editing in that scene was priceless, because
so good.
He comes running, and you see him running towards the camera, and then you see Jason turn to swing, and Ali has his arm right here, and the next scene is just Jason following through, and it's just that it's gone.
Yep.
He's like, I'm gonna fuck you. Where's my hand gone?
I don't have a hand. Wow, there's so many machetes in me right now.
and then you just hear the thunk.
Yep.
And it's not like 4 or 5 thunks. It's like 12 or 13 thumbs.
It is such just like Jason's like, I will show you not staying down, motherfucker. Like,
I mean, he's
Next time
basically-
when I hit you with a billy club, take that as I can just leave quietly out the back door and not die anymore.
he's essentially just like chunky tomato soup by the end of that, though.
What really pisses me off, though, and this is me loving gore, is that in the scene where we see Jason's body after the aftermath,
mhm.
you know, to the left should have been Ali's dead body, but we don't get to see it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's not much left of his body. It's probably all
But there
drained
should be
away.
a pile of red something.
Right, especially like in 6 when we have that cabin full of blood, we should at least have a body of goo of Ali.
Yes, it would have been a nice touch because
It would have been for continuity's sake, but goddamn.
I'm just never
Again,
gonna stop.
maybe
Like,
MPAA. Maybe we actually
Maybe.
did see that, and the MPA went, "No, take that out."
could have also
They
been
were good.
budgetary. They're spending so much money on 3D stuff. Like, do we need to go make another dead body for this?
Yes, this is
I
your
don't know.
genre.
That snake on the line really was captivating.
Captivating.
I guess one question in context of that though, was this a time where home movies were a common thing, like owning copies of home movies?
82, so it's
kind of
coming
there.
in. It's coming
Okay.
into.
Do you guys know how much VHS were in the 80s?
Oh, like 50
Oh,
bucks.
they were
bucks.
ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. they're
50
expensive.
bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I
you
thought
want to
they were
own it, you
more.
had to pay for it. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought they started off at like 100.
So
I think that's
it might have been.
I
It
think
might
that
have
was
been.
on your end. I think over here is like 50. You could be right.
I thought it was I thought it started off as 100 because I remember I was watching a documentary, something I don't know, and they were basically talking about how like it was a horror documentary. They were talking about the VHS thing of like, VHSs they would cost like 100 up to the like maybe it was up to $100. So like you couldn't really buy them, but that's where the rental stores came in.
Yeah,
because they would have like the big sort of they'd buy them all in, and then you'd go and you'd rent them out for like $5 or something like that.
not even that
And-
much back then. Like it was
Yeah.
super cheap to rent it. That's why renting took
Yeah.
off so much.
But that you
Oh,
needed, I remember them saying like you needed a huge upfront cost to get your inventory there.
Also, the VCRs were crazy expensive too. But let's finish up this movie because we're basically at the end.
My favorite
Wait,
3D shot.
is this not a VCR?
No, it is
history
not.
No.
And it-
Well, I guess if you want the context, I was going to ask the question of like, since this was a 3D spectacle, would they have expected people to be rewatching this movie in order to see a continuity error like that, or would it have just been a
But that wasn't
I
continuity.
would say
His
there's
dead
a
body off to the side was not continuity.
well?
there's a
I mean,
fair
it
argument.
literally is.
I think I know the answer to Joel's question. There's a fair argument that no films were really made with the intention of multiple rewatches until like mid 90s, I would say. Like even up until like mid 90s, they're still just like, yeah, they will watch it at home, but we don't really care about that. This is for the one time in theaters. Like that was the show.
Yeah.
Yep, that was.
I wonder
that
if the
was what I was
3D
going for.
was because of like the home video market. Like, oh well, we need to make sure that people go to the theater to see this
Yeah.
because it's in 3D.
Yep, that'll get people there. So the one thing that this movie does right with Chris, and I want to get to that before we finish this up, is
Is
the end of the
nothing.
movie. She looks
Oh.
legitimately broken. And after a
Oh,
night
yeah.
with Jason, like that's the one thing she sells very well, especially like outside of the dream, but even in the dream sequences, she still looks rightfully broken. But
Well,
outside of the dream sequences where she's just completely just fucking
Yeah, the
But
best
no,
the best
no,
bit
no,
in the
no.
whole film is when she's like at the very end where she's been driven off and she's like all like terrified, and then she starts doing like that weird Joker laugh of like
yeah, like, she is
Yeah,
busted.
I'm talking like when she thinks that she's got Jason and he's hung.
Yeah.
And he does the reveal, which I think is fucking dumb. But her
he's like
Mhm.
no. Like when he
Oh, that one,
and he
yeah.
lifts the mask up,
That one.
like it's you. That's dumb. But her
I just forget about that.
Yeah,
but
so
her going, he can't be alive. That was perfect. That was
Yeah.
very well played. That was delivered very well. And then when after he's done, mincing Ali, and she wrecks his face with an axe, just that look, like, just like the shaking of, like, that was really well done by her.
Yeah.
So
And like
Everything
Matt and I were
else is
saying,
overacting.
her on the gurney coming out, she sold that. Like my brain
Oh,
is
yeah.
gone now. My brain's on vacation. It's not here with me anymore.
when she's like, we're like this way, and she's like, "Ah."
Yeah,
she's
like
not
that-
on a gun though. She just literally just gets put.
No,
into
she's in the back of
police
the cop car.
Oh,
They're
she's the back of
taking-
this car. That's right. I was
They're
getting her mixed
taking
up with
her to the loony bin.
Yeah.
where she should hopefully get some help because she needs it. Because yikes.
I think what's quite amusing as well, though, like the hanging thing. Like I had a note here. It's like it's a good job the rope wasn't an inch longer, or he'll have just touched the floor.
Yeah,
because it's just very, very short.
I'm almost annoyed at Ryan for reminding me about the mask reveal. I push that out of my brain every time I watch this because it's so
Whatever
stupid.
I have to do, whatever. No, but like the editing is so bad. No.
As he's taking the rope off, it comes off.
Right, that's what it is. The editing is so bad.
Yeah,
they didn't cut it right. But he's going to take the rope off.
Oh, and he takes the mask instead.
And he takes the mask off and the rope, and so then he has the rope off and the mask, and that's why he puts it back down.
Yeah, you can tell how much I immediately start checking out during this sequence because I'm just
it is edited really, really shittily.
It's edited really badly, and it's kind of performed badly as well because it got that weird smile on his face.
And he's sitting there hanging on like this. Like I get it.
But it's also the smile on the face. Yeah. It's almost like
like,
that weird grin. It is almost like he's going, hi.
Or maybe it is sexual assault time again. I don't know.
I really hope not. That's not where I.
Thank you for bringing that up because I never ever thought of that. I just.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin that for anybody. Like that was not my intention. I had it ruined for me first.
All right, let's talk about dream sequence and alternate ending.
Well, let's just talk about the alternate ending. The dream sequence. We've done that for every fucking Friday the 13th movie. We know what they look like. What's the alternate ending? Tell us all about it.
Okay, so in the alternate ending, Stan Winston actually did the original Jason makeup, but it was scratched. So what they did was they shot the ending first with Stan Winston's makeup job. And in this, Chris is on the boat. And she comes back on shore and she's going up to the door. And Jason opens up the door, no mask, grabs her by the hair and lops off her fucking head.
Much better ending than what we got.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
And I got to say, like, we didn't really talk about him at all last week. I honestly am blanking on his name even, but the guy who played Jason this time, Richard Brooker, he's a good Jason. Like he kind of set the standard for Jason. Like the guy from last week, whose name I should have memorized, he does a great job with his version of Jason, but that's not really what we get anywhere else. Richard Brooker kind of sets the tone moving forward. Like no Richard Brooker, no Kane Hodder. And I really like his take on it, even when he's the goofy, like, hey, I'm gonna go kill someone when he doesn't have the mask on. For some reason, he goes real slapsticky whenever he takes his mask off, but I still enjoy it. Yeah. Hi. I'm just imagining it's goofy now.
There's gotta be some artwork of that, right?
Yeah, I'm
right
sure.
There.
Oh, that's not what we're talking about, Ryan.
Pay attention.
The girl getting her head chopped off. But I think we've done it. I think we should move into our quotes and or favorite moments.
What about
or both?
Are we going to talk about Mama Voorhees coming from the lake?
No.
And what the fuck that's supposed to be?
No, we are not.
Because it shows that it's a shitty movie.
Moving ever so quickly along, Ryan, why don't you tell us your favorite moment and or quote?
Is it me?
Yeah, so you're going first. You're the one who's talking.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say I've got two. One is handstand guy kill. I thought that was great. The second one is a line, and he goes, I forget what he says, I'm not an asshole, I'm an actor. That's it. I thought that was perfect. Anyway, I'm done.
Kill has to be the guy being butterflied. I mean, that's just so painful to think about, and it just a stark visual for a series so far that's been very good at having a very visceral look at it. My quote: "You son of a bitch, come back here, you fatheads. You ain't getting away with this, damn it. I'm gonna get you."
Ali, you do a really good Ali, Joel.
Sounded like he was right here on the podcast with us. Matt, why don't you go ahead? I'll go last.
I mean, everyone's taken like the best kill so far, so I'll just go with Rick's head smushed and the eye popping out as well. It's a solid second place to being having his different split, I suppose, is the way that it described the first.
I like
one.
Butterfly. Joel nailed
Butterfly.
it.
Butterfly was great, yeah. I had to think of something a bit more original. And then, like, for quotes, I just think, like Ryan said, like no, you can't be alive. It was actually relatively well delivered line from a less than mediocre performance.
It felt like it was trying to be this movie's there's someone in this room. Like it felt like it was trying to be
Yeah.
like that level of quote. It didn't quite get there for me, but I agree, it's not bad.
I think it's the look on her face more than anything, more than the quote for me. Like, because there's just this like this wide-eyed like, the actual realization, and it's just kind of like, oh, you can act.
Yeah.
Where was this?
Where were you?
An hour and a half before.
My favorite kill is going to be the one that I made the jokes all about. It's gonna be the first kill as Jason in the mask when he spear guns the lady through the face. Both because I like the kill and because it's the first time we see Jason kill with the mask on, and that just brings me joy.
The other problem with that kill is you can like when you get that close up of the thing in her eye, and you can really see the makeup. I don't know if
I was too busy. I was too busy laughing at what happened.
Yeah, I'm so fine with it. Like, I agree with Joel. Like that was just so good. Just is that a person swimming? I think I can hit him from. Got him. All right, I'm off to a good
I was
start.
like that the first time I watched this, but like by the 8th or 9th time, however many times I've seen this film now, I'm just a bit more like, they could have done a bit of a better job with the makeup on that.
I guess I see what you mean. It doesn't bother me though. As far as quotes go, I got nothing at this point because the quotes have all been said. They're good ones. It's not the most quotable movie.
Because it's a bad.
Anyhow, so this was a great time. You're not
gonna use the amazing quote by Rick of like, oh, well, I can only take so many hot showers.
Cold showers. He doesn't want hot showers. He needs to cool himself down. He's so hot for Chris.
9 in the morning.
All right, I'll give Ryan. It's not.
You're lucky I'm
movie.
making
I'm not
any
giving him a
coherent
bad
sense.
movie.
He seems like the kind of guy that would do like the ice cold baths for like 10 minutes in the morning to start their day. He's totally that dude.
He reminds me of Dude in 7. I got a hot date with a soap on a rope.
I'm so excited to watch 7 again.
I love 7
that
and
movie.
6.
I can't wait for 6.
We go.
I can't wait. I can't just like 6, like the amazingness of 6 of just like, the James Bond gun barrel sequence.
That's so good.
And I'll just leave it there and Joe can be like, what the fuck?
It's amazing.
I'll forget before we get there. Don't worry.
You'll remember when we get there, I'm guessing.
We get 2 good movies, a shit movie, a good movie, a shit movie, 2 good movies, and then a lot of shit.
I'll say this much. 5 has been growing on me.
Like
we'll
cancer?
See. Yes.
That's where end it right there.
Brian's
no, we still have to do
Friday
quotes.
the 13th is terminal.
Yeah. Nope, I lied. End it there.
Yeah, well, we'll see how maybe you guys will start coming around my way. We'll see. 5 has been. It's not great, but it's been growing.
Don't get your hands dirty.
Doubt it because I really hate 5.
Matt, we agree on something.
Give it another shot. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
have.
Yeah, just watch the Wolfie's Just Fine video called A New Beginning and see if that kind of raises it a little bit in your head.
I've already watched that and it didn't.
Watch it again. Anyhow, let's get our plugs.
It's a good music video. It has nothing to do with the film, though.
It's a ton to do with the film. It's all about the.
It's about
this
the film
show,
post.
every other show on the
It's
ATH
not
network.
anything
Be
to do
sure
with
to
the
check
actual
out
production of the film.
athpod.com. Go ahead, Joel.
Afterthoughts is a podcast on that platform. We are doing Lord of the Rings right now. I hesitate to talk about Extra Life because I have a debt owed and
Dune.
Yeah.
Dune.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Dune.
I have informed Kelly that we will be going on to Dune after Lord of the Rings. So if we did it in before the calendar year, it still counts. We're not going based off fiscal year.
If it doesn't, I want a refund.
You are not going to. You don't want a refund. Those went to sick kids.
Screw the kids. I only did it for June.
That 1 cent you paid, you fucker.
Yeah. It's like
All right,
less
Ryan,
than a
what you
penny
plugging?
in UK money.
You can catch me at the Front Row Network where I do a lot of different shows, whether it's Full Disclosures or our Academy Award stuff. You can also catch me in the same network with my own channel where we talk about movies from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s called Flashbacks.
Matt, anything to plug?
Nah.
You're not gonna
I
plug
appreciate
waking
your
up
dedication.
Yeah. You're not going to plug waking up at 3 a.m. to record podcasts about
Yes, Matt. Thank you
Friday
so
the 13th
much.
Part 3 in 3D. Three's all around.
Like
And
your
then
hair.
joining the call at 3:33.
Mm.
It
Look
was
at
meant to
you.
be.
Yeah.
I made a wish, and that wish was that Matt was on the podcast, and it came true.
Everything worked out. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. I am so excited to get into Friday the 13th, part 4, the final chapter. The title is a lie. And it's going to be great. We got Crispin Glover doing his wacky nightclub dance. There's so much good shit in part 4.
We've got Tom Savini back.
We do. And he's great.
Ted, where's the corkscrew?
And we got little itty bitty Corey Feldman in it. It's so good. I'm so excited for next week.
Oh, my favorite line is in 4. He's killing me. Yeah,
Accurate.
he's definitely doing that as he's plunging something into your chest. I wish you well.
All right. Bye. Bye.
Bye.